Welcome. Um, let's actually go here and yeah, saves the changes. And we're coming back to our video. And yes, we're gonna be live as it is now. And I hope you guys guess who I have here today. And I have a very, very special person over here today with me. My brother and into chess. Great, amazing friend, Coach Angel. So we have Elliot versus Wolfie, the wolf versus the fire. And we're doing it. So far I see this position already a London system played by the Wolfman. So the Wolfman just played this sort of London system, bishop b5. Probably I am not agreeing too much with this move. Maybe since I think this is white, light square bishop, it's a good bishop. Hello, Coach Angel.
Hello. What's going on?
Yeah. How's everything going on today?
Everything's good. Looking forward to see some of these games.
I have the Wolfman with us in a game versus the Fire, Goodrich. Yeah, Goodrich has been playing such a tough tournament. Even yesterday, he had an amazing tournament, and then one wasn't that great, but still, that's how it is. Great players even can have a little bit of slow tournament sometimes.
Absolutely. All right,
we are gonna see.
It's black. So there's only one section, huh?
Yes, only one section, Coach. Right now,
let's see.
So yes. So
Wolfie just played knight b5. Maybe you could swap and play knight d6 check and snap on b7. And I like this. Oh, he snapped on a7 instead. I would have I think I would have played knight d6 check and snapped on b7, and then brought the knight back to c5 and had an advantage on the queen side.
Yeah.
But
no, it seems. Yeah. So it seems.
Yeah, he went with knight takes a7 though.
Yeah.
There we go.
So far, yeah. This is a great one. Right now, okay, so yeah, it still can play knight b5, and yes, it's just like the rook was hanging, but definitely the rook is not. So let's see, rook ba. Oh my goodness! Wow. So this was a way much better. Look at this game was not bad for Wolfie, and
no,
I mean he allowed background checkmate.
He played pretty well. Just a couple mistakes.
Yeah. Let's go to next game. They have Jonas 139 versus Miles PS 230. Mm. The game seems more or less like even, but maybe I will prefer white because of the two bishops in this open game.
Is
So
this
I
Jet
will.
Sloan? Is Jed S ICN friend Jet Sloan?
Oh, it is over there. I want to see.
I mean, I guess we'll figure it out eventually. Yeah, it's looking like Jet Sloan because the player is actually playing very well.
Oh yes, I think so.
Might
If
be
he's
Jet
playing
Sloan.
like you have to, yeah. Let me see. And
Who's a
very
Juco?
once we see like the name, we'll probably it has an S right before ICN, so that might be definitely Jet Slow. I mean, yeah, you already can see the this is a very strong game by White, so we may have Jet Slow on the house. Yep. So we're having most likely coach. I think it is Chico Pianissimo. Seems very much good game. He's playing our friend PS33 Master Stringer. And the thing is that when you see Jet with a rating like 800, I mean, like you might get confused, but make no mistake. Yeah. What do you think, Coach? I think yeah, White's definitely you know he has his pass pawns, his rookers are in the center, and definitely maybe the Black King is a little bit weaker, right? So yes, this could be a thin. Let's see and watch some other games.
All right.
We have let's see Leonidas. How is he doing today?
Leonidas versus
Charlie.
Charlie.
Yep,
All right.
Leonidas.
Let's pull that up.
When I see Leonidas, I remember this very famous movie, 300. You ever saw that movie, Coach?
Which movie?
300.
Yes.
300. So there was the great Leonidas, who was the Spartan. That would be Leonidas' nickname for now. I think the Spartan from Sparta. That was an amazing movie, actually. So right now he seems in control. He's up a piece, and he has a very strong pawn on a5. So yeah, this is definitely we could literally admit, yeah, this is doing okay.
A6. Just push it. A6 all the way.
Run with the pawn, right? Run, run, run. And it is going to be winning. Let's see if we get to another game.
All right. Which one's
We
up
have
next?
Emma versus Miles W. Look at this, Coach. My boy, you know the story about Miles, right? I have, and I can't just get enough. I'm always repeating this story because you know that these nationals, when we went to Florida, he actually traveled by himself to go there,
Mm.
literally by himself. Like, you know, and then he went, and then his grandma was over there in Florida, and then he um, had the chance to play on the tournament, and he did. I mean, I like the way. I think if I felt so inspired the fact that he was able to do this, and and I know he's excited about chess and all that.
Wow, but I'm
I'm
jealous,
asking
huh?
it all the time. I wish that he will do it way more. Um,
That's Miles
oh,
Wordley, right?
yeah, Miles W.
Yeah, that's my boy, man.
Yeah,
He's a
nice
good
kid,
kid.
nice kid, nice kid. It's then we have Emma Fu, the butterfly, who is such a beautiful, elegant player, like amazing. You see even the way she plays, organize her pieces is just amazing. She's
She
gonna
got the
get this one.
wall
She's
going
gonna,
on.
yeah, she's gonna get this one for sure. So let's see her now back to our radio players. So we have Peter versus Jude again. Oh no, now Jude was black, so we definitely expect to see that Carol can. And then
I think Jude
opponent,
has been playing in every event, right?
yeah, he has been playing almost every event, and he has been consistent with his openings. So I kind of like that a lot, and I give him the thumbs up because it's not going to be refuted. Oh, this is going to end.
Right.
It's not like it's going to be refuted, but when you get consistent to your open, you become an expert on it, and most likely you'll get to know positions. You're not gonna get crazy about thinking, oh, my opponent knows my opening, my defense. When you know your thing, you know your thing. You become an expert. You know how to handle the pawn structures. Whatever comes to you, you might be well more prepared, right?
Right. Hey John, pull up Christopher Lambert game.
Hmm. Christopher.
Yeah, let's see this one. There's still a lot of game here.
Hmm.
Looks like black's up in exchange and a pawn.
Oh yeah, so rook versus bishop.
And it looks like black's on the attack. But it looks like this could flip the other way. And, if
Yeah, that
black
might be
plays two
tricky.
moves pulling back,
Yeah, this is
white
like tricky
also has an
things,
attack.
right? You feel like there are tricky things, right? When you saw the position,
Yeah,
although
because white
black
has
is
the
up.
bishop and the knight and the queen pointing at black. Black has his queen and bishop, queen and knight pointing at white.
Yeah.
But the knight, yeah, I agree. The knight has to go back somewhere. Maybe D5 was better.
You mean E5?
I
Knight
guess
E5.
95, but I guess he
Maybe
wants to
yes,
go
of
for the
course. I
pawn.
agree.
He's going for the D5 pawn, it looks like. But he has to be
Is it?
careful here because H6 is hanging right away. Oh, no, it's not hanging yet. The queen's on H5 still, but,
But
the
you
queen
want?
leaves, H6 hangs. Rook F1. Rook F1's a nice move.
It's because I understand that it's like you remember that book. I always recommend. This is a nice, great book for a lot of players to actually improve. This book called "The Imbalances" from Jerry Misselman.
Right. That's a very
Yeah.
good book.
So he talks about, actually, the name of the book is How to Reassess Your Chess, but then
Yes.
he talks a lot about the theory about
Rook F1.
imbalances,
Yes. I like Rook
and that,
F1.
yeah. So black should have played 95, like you said, because the imbalance of the position is the bishop on d2. That's what's not the same. It's a bishop versus a rook. So black must, neutralize the bishop. So 95, the move that you recommended in the game, is actually better. Then you can play f6, and then suddenly the dark square bishop doesn't have that many targets anymore. The bishop becomes, like Bobby Fischer used to say, biting on granite. So
Right.
yeah. After rook f1, I feel like this move that you predicted is giving
I mean,
whites.
Knight F4 is coming. I mean, Knight F5, apologies.
Yeah. There's a lot of some
I like Rook
initiative on the
F1. Actually, Rook F1 I like a lot.
some
You can even go
initiative.
for maybe something like H. No, you got to be careful. The Rook cannot lift.
Yeah, because
The back rank's a
no,
bit weak.
this queen g4 move kind of holds it. I think
It's actually a good move. If it forces Queen F2, because
you don't want to.
White doesn't want to trade queens here, so Queen F2 seems like it's very well needed.
Yeah, because if you go for this end game, you're gonna be losing right away. So it's like Queen F2 is like only move if you want to keep yourself in it.
Christopher's a very good player. He knows he knows when to neutralize a position and
Yeah, great player.
Liquidate a bit. So Queen F2 and then what? Maybe just knight takes D5 now. I don't see why not. Knight D5. Rook E8, Rook B8. These are all different options. It's always good to have multiple options, guys.
Yeah, but knight D5 is actually the safest way probably to play, I think, because then you can just play F6 and you kind of hold up the position without no, just play solid. Rook E8, Bishop C3, or even Knight F5, and that's actually strong too. Rook E8, they're both very possible strong moves. I think Black is gonna start holding up White's initiative, and then he's gonna be able to.
Coach Rush on the check-in. Let's see what happens here. This is the last game of the round, right?
I think so, yeah. No, wait. Of the round?
I'll check.
Let me check.
Oh, you're good. No, stay on the game. Yes, last one.
Last one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Black is very solid over here. I don't think it will be a problem. I'm gonna get all these very strong players. So
I wonder what he's waiting for to take the pawn. What can he be possibly calculating? I think he's afraid of some sack on H3, but H6, but there's just nothing there. But also, I mean, there's no rush to take the pawn as well because the pawn's not going anywhere. Can't be protected.
Yeah. But now I agree because now you allow this type of move, which now this could be, I think nothing's going on here.
No, Black should be good. I mean, Black wanted to be extra cautious here. He can play Rook F to E8 and, just stop any ideas like Queen E3.
Yeah. Take all the hopes away from White. Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
All right, knight to D5. Now he took the pawn. Are you drinking there? Coffee?
Chocolate, coach.
Chocolate?
Yep.
Hot chocolate?
No, not chocolate. How do you say I didn't know how to say it. Avena.
Oh.
So how do we say avena? Oatmeal?
Yeah, like an oatmeal.
Yeah.
Something like an oatmeal. It's like a liquid oatmeal.
Yeah. It's a little bit, it's not that English.
I think the mail just arrived at my place. My dog's going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
H3. All right, so queen G6, I imagine, to keep the queen in the vicinity of this attack. Well, queen
Okay.
G6, knight H4, and then where's the queen going?
Queen
Queen
A6
H5,
or Queen
queen
H5.
E6. White's definitely trying to get something going. I mean, one idea that I've been seeing in a lot of games as of late is positions where anyone puts their rook on the G file and just throws their G pawn up. Maybe that'll be a way to get the rook involved. Because right now the knight on D5 is actually very strong. It's holding down a very important square F4 that White needs to use for his pieces. So maybe try to dislodge the knight with like Queen F3. All right, so he went knight H4. I was looking at Queen F3.
Queen D3, you mean?
Queen
no.
F3 I was looking at.
Oh,
Just
to try
trying
to
get rid of the knight.
get rid of the knight on D5.
Yeah, that knight is strong. Also protecting the D3 pawn.
Yeah.
But that knight on D5 is strong because like any potential rook lifts, you want to try to use F4 because H6 was weak.
Yeah. But look here, this Queen F6 kind of work.
There's a tactic to win a pawn at least, but what else? Like Queen F6, Knight F6. Oh no, actually no. Because after Bishop H6, the king could take. The pawn's not obligated to take.
Knight F5. Interesting.
I don't like Knight F5 though. I mean, I'm not a fan of trading queens in this position, and it looks like G6 forces the queen trade.
Yeah, but there was like nothing much to do for White, coach. Because the queen can't move. And if you trade queens, then I guess black is okay.
Maybe just Queen E1. Queen E1, Knight F3, anything. Anything not.
Oh, well, yeah, that could also work, yeah.
You just can't allow trade.
Now G6 now is trading the queens, yeah. Well, maybe.
Bishop H6. Yeah, I figured he might go for that.
Yeah, but just Queen F5, right?
Queen F5, Bishop H8. Yeah, it looks like black's gonna be up a piece at the end of that.
Oh, this move. Look, I don't like this move now.
Nah, that move is actually not bad. What did White do?
Because both pieces are attacking? Well,
yeah.
Let me see. If Bishop G7, then it's Queen F5.
Yeah, just Queen F5.
But I got
now just Queen takes knight. Oh no, Queen takes knight works.
Yeah, I looked at he has Rook F7.
He has Rook F7, yeah. Queen H5.
He traded? Well. He's like in time trouble, so yeah. Yeah,
that gives up the rook.
Yeah. And this is, even if you're definitely already over from here.
Yeah. Let's go now. No, well, that's the last game, so I'm just gonna look at the. All right, so after round 1, we have Elliott GPS 77 with 1 point. We have Jonas from 139, 1 point. Jude K has 1 point. Shading 1 point. Lewis Barry 1 point. Emma Fu 1 point. Clark S Lower Lab 1 point. Darren Reese 1 point. Jed 1 point. Oliver PS 11 1 point. Elliott PS 11 1 point. This is a strong field.
Yeah, today's very, very strong. I was suspecting. I haven't seen Joshua too much. I was text him, and
I'm surprised Yvonne's not on right now.
That's how I know. Like I said to myself, but Joshua's not. Let's see how we are likely doing. Yeah, this is going to be.
Oh man. All right. So let's see what
Let's
games we
see.
have. The
Yep.
games are not out yet.
So we have with 1 point all the way down. Is Aban in the game here? No, Aban was yesterday on the house, but today, if he will see this strong field, he will probably want to get to play. So Darren's is 1 point.
All right, games are
I,
out. Oh, we have Jude K versus Darren.
oh, PS59 matchup.
That's a good one.
Oh my goodness, what is it? Okay, so let's actually see this. This is, let's see Elliot, Piano. So this is going to take longer. Let's see action right away. Clark PS77 versus Jonas. Plays very good. He's a very good player with the bad pieces. We have a Sicilian, and we're gonna get to. Ooh, here we have Jude with his London system on deck. IC3. Wonder this. Yeah, but this DC5 is, I guess, it's a little bit.
It's about 5. So White's looking to keep that C pawn by playing B4. And I don't see what's stopping him. I would play B4 here and then maybe bring my bishop back.
So B4, huh?
Yeah, why not? What's stopping B4?
Yeah. This is becoming a problem for. I will definitely agree that White is going to be on charge. Yeah, because it's protected. It gave me already. It helps my position improve, and I'm keeping my material, and I'm ready to keep developing. It's not like I am worse in development, right? So why would I want to be afraid of? Yeah. Yeah, but there is no reason for him to like in this position. There, the two choices are playable, so there's no need for
Okay,
you to.
D4. Queen D8 and is also bishop takes knight is not the worst idea because white has D4 and E5 squares. You could put knight F3 and knight D4, knight E5 and put pressure on C6. Um,
Yeah, trading. Yeah, and just
yeah, because I mean, for the moment being, if that knight is gone from C6, white has good control of E5.
Yeah, and I don't want to waste a tempo, so now it's my move. You know what I mean? Like instead of
Knight
just
F3 is
being your
very
your
good,
move,
very
yeah,
good. I
I
like
just
this.
win the tempo, and I'm like,
Also, knight A4, knight B6 aims at potentially almost trapping the rook, and taking away some key squares from white. I would. I don't know what to do here. I think B5 looks playable.
yeah, the bunch of good moves, even 94 castle, and then you go for the queen side really quick because he has no pieces out, so his position
94,
still,
okay.
yeah,
Original plan, 94. The
yeah.
bishop is loose.
And then now again, it's my move. You know, I'm again making a improvement of my position. I can just castle and improve.
I like push, B5. B5 if pawn takes, C6. Maybe
No,
even
but
C7.
no, because I really want him to trade. I want him to trade on B. So that's why I just want to castle. If you trade, I trade because opening the queen side, right? is an advantage for white. The way I see it is because I think that black hasn't developed. You know, like the bishop is on FA coach.
Yeah, I know.
I think,
My idea is I'm trying to keep it there. I don't want to give him time to play E5
yeah,
or
I
E6.
just I just want to like castle and hey, listen, if you open it up, it's going to be your problem because you have no pieces on the queen side. So everything else is just gonna fall.
Wait, so what's wrong with B5 here? I really
No,
like
probably
B5
nothing
here.
wrong. I don't think there's anything wrong. I think B5 is totally a very
I
a
think
good move.
B5 is just winning. How does black react to B5?
Oh, you know what? B5 was stronger. You're totally right. You know why? Because now he could just play E6. Oh, but I'm still
Yeah,
playing B5.
I don't want to. Oh, he castled. I don't want to allow. I didn't want to allow E6 at all. I want to completely keep black tied up because now after E6, the bishop can come out, the king can run. B5 puts immediate pressure because B5 first of all threatens pawn C6. It threatens pawn B6,
If he
pawn
plays,
B7, pawn B8.
but if he plays E6, I can still play B5. You know,
Yeah,
and it's still a very strong move. This position is just really, really, really good for white. And then you have knight A4, knight B6, and yeah, he should be able to try to convert G6. Now he's going this way, maybe. Yeah.
let's pull up. Jed and Chris. They're next up.
Oh, yeah. Let's see. So, what was this? Knight takes B3, and whoa. Oh, okay, so
I feel like the knight on H4 is very misplaced.
yeah, it's not gonna get anywhere, and you can't return the knight back in the game with knight f3 because you'll destroy probably your pawn structure after this. I think the wisest thing to do is to trade bishops in.
Yeah, if white
And
trades
what?
bishops, I'll try to play D5 with black. And probably like I would have done knight D5 after that, but the knight's now on C6. Or maybe black just wants to hold their center. Very
It seems
important to
like
hold the center. You hold the
yeah, he
center, you
doesn't.
keep your opponent's pieces out.
Mhm.
Well, the knight on H4 is hanging right now, so let's see what white does.
Oh, bishop G5.
Bishop G5, okay.
I don't agree. I just trade, make his king look a little bit weaker, and play G3. And hope for the best. There's nothing else.
Black may play Bishop F6 now. Oh no, Bishop F6 is no good.
No, F6. Very simple. Get out. And I don't know what you're doing later.
F6. I guess F6 is also possible. That's what we have here.
Yes.
Oh, Euclid on the chat. Look who's here.
Who's
Figgy
there,
on the
coach?
check-in. Euclid. Euclid is Danny from Uptown.
Oh.
What's going on, fellas?
Is Figgy around?
Yeah, Figgy's in the check-in. Russ is in the check-in. All right, what game you have on? Same game. Oh, so Black hasn't played anything yet. So he did go Bishop F6. I was wondering if Black wanted to trade on G7, I'm sure he's down to trade on F6. So the problem is Bishop takes, Queen takes.
G3.
The knight's still hanging.
Yeah, but then I play G3, and then now you have to make a choice with your G pawn, and then I have also moves like knight A4. So I don't know. I mean, you do have after G3 ideas like bishop H3 and queen F3, but
Right. Absolutely right. So they swapped. But I don't G3 here. Not G. I
oh,
guess
there's
the knight
only
has
one.
to go somewhere. Yeah. I was looking
Oh,
at
queen
queen h6,
H6.
but I didn't really like it too
I don't like the queen's doing nothing over there. It's just the fact that you're trying like to protect the pawn, but I don't see how is it helping and what's the benefit of me having the knight on H4. I don't see it.
Yeah, the knight's doing nothing there. I just want the knight to hang out there. I don't want to get the knight in the game.
Yeah.
Maybe just
No,
rook e8.
yeah,
Actually, no,
right over
the
there, just
d5
improve my
pawn,
position.
d5 pawn's hanging actually.
Yeah, rook d8. That's why
Rook
I
d8.
thought, trading and keep the queen on the middle of the board. The queen was doing a great job over there, so now it's.
There
But
we
maybe
go,
yeah,
rook d8.
it's a rook
Bring
d8
in
is the move.
maybe knight d4 coming in next.
Yeah.
Put some pressure on white. I like it. I like it. So black's looking all right here. He's holding his pawn. And in an end game, I would give advantage to black. Based on white's pawn structure on the queen side.
Mm-hmm.
Look, he ended up going G3 anyway.
Yeah, and then you just committed your queen to be there, right? Which I don't think it was helping. The queen on C1, coach, was hitting the pawn on C5. You notice?
Yes.
It was like some sort of X-ray and the little tiny threat that I can play knight A4 and go for the pawn maybe a few times, at least to try something, because what can I say? I mean, this is not the best position for white, right? We have to admit that the middle game is looking good for black, and the end game is also looking good for black. So that's how you know when things are not going the right way. If you can't think of a middle game and all this, so.
I wanted to play D4 so bad, but every time you push a pawn, you make a weakness, and C4 and D4 would have became extremely weak, and E4, C4 and E4,
Yeah.
and knight E4 would have been an immediate threat.
Yeah, and then now it starts to get, yeah.
But knight D4 was my move. I like this, putting pressure on B3, and you just asking black, what are you gonna do next?
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Asking white.
And there are few, like black still has a lot of moves to keep improving his position by playing maybe rook F8, and this just keeps improving. There is no,
Even rook E8, rook E5, rook H5 maybe.
Looks
very interesting.
That's a beautiful idea, yeah. Rook E8. Wow, yeah. And then you just put the rook on E5, and it just creates the threat of rook H5, and you start attacking the queen on H6 and the knight on H4, which are like literally totally misplaced, and it doesn't seem like okay when it comes for. So.
Let's see if Jet goes for this. I like this. Just go rook E8 right away. Rook E8, pawn takes pawn, rook E5.
Don't need to just take on before first, and then I play rook E8. Let's not take not even single risk. You know me.
You got a point there.
You know me. You know how I play. Like I'll be like, there's no need. Pawn takes. I'm hitting your knight on C3. You take back. Your pawns are double. Now I go rook E8.
Yes, you got a point. Yeah, so takes, then rook E8. I just don't see the point of B4. I mean, okay, he wants to undouble his pawn, but you take and your pawn remains doubled. So I don't feel. I think rook B4 is. I mean, pawn B4 is not gonna help.
Let's go to see Jude's game with. This is a very with Darren. They're still on.
Yeah, let's see what happened
there. And
what happened in that position? Wait.
So white is up a rook. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, Jude messed up. He didn't play C6. After C takes B5, he should have played C6 first.
Yeah. Oh, he did not play the C6 move. Yes, that
No,
was. This is the whole point of playing B5, right?
yeah, he
We
didn't play C6.
wanna play this move.
When he went C6, he actually gave up a pawn.
Yeah.
Oh no, he won an exchange. Actually, he won an exchange. Yeah. I mean, no, he's winning regardless. He's up a whole rook. But yeah,
Yeah.
C6.
Oh, then
C6
he
was the
attacked
move.
the rook, and then just what? Knight C6, and yeah.
Yeah.
This is definitely winning.
All right,
It
let's see
should
the
be.
last game. There's one more game. The other game is. Oh no, there's only 2 games left. This game
Yeah.
and Christopher and Jed.
Jed. Yeah.
So Jed went
So
rook e5. He
yeah,
took on
this game
b4 and
seems
went
like
rook e8.
yeah. So I'm gonna leave this game over here because it seems that white should be able to convert, right? I mean,
Yeah, he's up a rook.
black is not even able to castle, so I don't think this is the best position right now for Mr. Reese. He's playing one of the big Kates. Um, uh, yeah, and I don't think this G5 H this are not. I don't think this is going to work. So um, now we're like literally back into this, and
I think Jed's going
oh,
for
what
rook
am I doing?
e5.
I did wrong. Oh my goodness, coach! I thought I went into the game.
I think he sees rook e5, rook h5.
Because Rookie Five is it's also like a positional way to playing it. Like you have also ideas of doubling rooks on the E file. You know,
What's going
you
on,
create
guys?
a Rook
What's in
H5
the chat?
threat.
Talk to me in the
Oh,
chat.
look at here, coach. They play Rook A5 now. Rook E5, like pretending to protect the pawn on E5 on D5. You see it? Being like tricky, a bit tricky. Oh my goodness, you're attacking my pawn. I'm just gonna like, okay, I have to protect that. I'm just gonna play rook e5 to protect my pawn.
No, but if rook e5, maybe White's gonna play rook takes d5.
How is that?
Rook, what do you mean
It's
how?
like a free piece.
Rook e5, rook takes d5.
Yeah, rook e5.
Oh no, the rook. Yeah, I'm going crazy. The rook's on d8 still. Whoa.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
you know,
so
the
it looks
tricky.
like you're just protecting it.
Yeah. Let me just get tricky.
Right.
Oh, he's attacking my pawn. I'm just going to protect it. And then you have this amazing, brilliant idea, right? There's a rook on a5. It's just totally getting out of play. I don't know why you're putting this rook on a5. I mean, right?
So,
I think your back rank is going to start suffering. So now there's going to be a bunch of tactics. Oh, now it's just trade pieces. No, I will never have traded this. Like rook e5 was such a strong move. Yeah. Main idea, just play rook h5 and rook h4 and then knight f3 and bye bye.
I don't understand the point. I don't understand the point of knight e2 check. What did black achieve out of that?
No, nothing. Just trade my bot knight. Thank you.
I mean, the knight on c3 is doing nothing, and the knight on d4 is a monster.
Yeah, and you were like trying to have an attack. So if you trade pieces, you're actually helping white, right? Because white wants to trade pieces because he might be into a problem of.
I think white's not looking so bad anymore. I mean, bishop. I don't know. It's kind of tough to say because
d3.
If pieces are traded, white's not looking that bad. He's gonna play b5 and fix his pawn.
There's rook e8, right?
Can
I take on d5? No, I cannot take on d5 because of bishop e4. Right?
No, the back rank's weak.
Yeah, back rank is a big problem now. That's a
Queen
problem.
Queen d2. Queen d2. Bishop e4. He took that. Doesn't that lose the rook?
Take that. Don't you see your kings? You have a king problem, Mr. Langton.
That loses a rook at the minimum.
Yep, bishop e4. That's what I mentioned. So king let's go to g2, bishop e4, and bye bye. Buckle your seatbelt, Dorothy. Actually, it's checkmate.
Coach
Bishop
Logan,
F1.
what's going on, Logan?
No, Bishop F1 was checkmate, coach.
Bishop F1 was check. Yeah, and then H3, right?
Yeah. Set up Bishop before, so.
What's going on, guys? Talk
The
to me in
king
the chat.
can go
What you
to
guys
F3.
think?
Yeah. So we're having this. Yeah, this position is a little bit not what we wanted, and for sure this should be resignable now. So let's just go back to did this happen? But it's your case. Oh, this is our last game anyway. F3. Bishop D5. And, yep. And,
Queen
yeah.
B2's coming.
Queen B2 is coming. Oh. If you don't see it, like I always tell to my kids, if you don't see it, I become world champion.
He gave it a shot. Give him an E for effort.
Give it a shot. Yeah. I mean, so Jad, Jude, Elliot, Jonas, Shidin, Loic are in first place with 2 points out of 2. We got then Christopher, Darren, Emma, Charles with 1 point, Clark, Oliver, Elliot, Crawford. Mr. Crawford's back in. And yes, we had then with 1 point a Mishnah from 139. You know, I like when I'm watching most of the playing. This kid Jonas, he's a very strong player, coach. You know.
Yeah, Jonas from 139 is very strong.
Yep. So now we have way a lot. So we're having now who?
Well, Jed and Jude. Why isn't Jed playing Jude? They're both 2-0. Oh, there's more 2-0s now.
There
okay,
are more 2-0.
Yeah, my screen just loaded. All right. So let's see what we got.
Yeah. So Jude has been very consistent with this D takes C5 line. So he has white pieces again, so he's playing it.
You keep using this word consistent. I like consistent. Consistency is key.
Yeah. Like, I think he's going to have a PhD out of this line when it goes to. You can't. Now I know next time if you ever like, you don't want to get into this with him.
All right. Yeah, he likes this DC line. He always takes it and then he always retains the pawn. Whoa, you see Elliot's rating 1609 on here.
Yeah.
And Judas
he's playing very good.
18. I'm interested to see where these ratings would be after like a month playing. Who the top dog's going to be.
Oh, this is
I know Coach Logan will enjoy to see Elliot's game right now.
Yeah. So we have this position actually where, White is trying to keep the pawn.
And he did, Logan. He did go 94. 94 was suggested by Coach Logan in the chat.
Yeah. You know, Coach, I know what I'm going to do. My first upload might be against London, because not only Jude, I saw a few other kids actually playing it. So it might be interesting if we have some sort of approach to these positions.
Maybe this is some prep from Logan.
Hmm. Well, no, I don't think so because we have some bishop e5 move now. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah.
Bishop b5 now. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. Bishop e5, queen goes to g6.
Castle.
Castles and yep. I don't know. I mean, black gets a lot of center control, maybe, but then you can't play. Can you play f6? Maybe you can play f6 later, and yeah.
Coach Logan says, "Not really. We've never talked. D takes c5. The Loogie cracked me with that line a few months back. Got to go back to the lab. Back to the lab. You already know how we do it.
Yeah.
We get cracked by a line. It's back to the lab. Let's figure it out."
Yeah, so I'm not quite sure. So bishop f5, maybe sits, castles f6.
So Logan's wondering
And
if black can get bishop a6 in. I mean, if all right, bishop e5, he can't get it in yet.
Yeah, because I just castled now. Yeah.
Yeah. If he doesn't castle,
if he's able to play it to get it in the
my
position,
God.
he'll be fine. But
forget about it. I mean, bishop a6. You know, I mean, how do you get out of that? How do you get away from that diagonal? You got to move your knight, play f3, and with the queen on the king side, opening up diagonals won't be so smart. So,
yeah. And believe me, I'm a bishop fan, but castles.
All right, smart choice. Castling smart. f6. I imagine that was happening because it looks like white has to part with that dark square bishop now. I mean, no, he has bishop c7, but bishop c7, and then what? Like, what are you gonna do? For instance, rook a7.
You might run into your bishop being trapped. I think.
No, bishop c7 hits a5 though too.
I'll take, and I just don't like it. I feel like, or play a4 maybe.
I feel like it's caged in. Like after something like e5, the bishop's gonna be caged in on black's side of the board. So I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
with the pawn on
e5.
c5. With the pawn on c5 is gonna always be safe because it'll have bishop b6 up. But it's gonna look like a big pawn there, so it's not ideally what you want.
e5 is coming, and I think you know, two bishops on the e5. Those pawn structure with a pawn on e5, I love them. I love it. And listen, it's a pawn down, but I'll keep myself being a fan of this position with the ideas of e5. Let's go back now to one of the other games. Let's see, what do we have, Coach?
All right, give me a second. I'm loading. We have
seen a game from.
Let's get.
Can I say game Jonas versus Shidin? I want to say this game.
Yeah, we haven't seen Shidin. Yeah, we could do that.
Yes, we haven't. Like,
there's got to be a good game.
Shidin's up a piece.
Shidin is up a piece.
Yeah.
For 2 pawns.
For 2 pawns, yeah. But I will give credit more to the piece, Coach, because you know this is a very open game, right? So bishops are quite strong in the game as far as we can literally see it.
Yeah, I think it would benefit white more if the D pawn was actually a C pawn, or the B pawn was a C pawn, where they would actually be connected. But look at those bishops. Yeah. The bishops are strong. Like now with the rooks going over to the B C files eventually. The B file's not open.
Yeah, he's gonna win a pawn. He's gonna get 1 pawn back, so there's no way for you to protect the pawn.
Even playing like A5, A4, even try to get A3. You know, use those bishops.
No, this should be winning probably for. Oh, it took. Yeah, it takes, and now it's still the big pawn. It's becoming a problem.
All right, so it looks like Shading should have pulled through here.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's take a look at Charles Elliott.
Charles and
Actually,
Elliott.
wait. Yeah, Charles and Elliott makes sense.
Okay. We haven't seen Elliott and Charles, so why not?
It looks like
They play. You see, coach,
Jed
there's a lot of
won.
D4 opening these days. You know, like all these little openings being played. So takes. Oh my goodness, what happened? Peace. Yeah. And white should be in control. Yeah, it should.
Yeah, 2 pieces for the
Two pieces.
rook
Yeah.
and 3-on-1 pawn advantage on the queen
Yeah,
side.
but how do you
Great
protect the
board.
9 now? It's getting tricky. Well, king e1 maybe. Oh,
Yeah,
this
king
is not
e1.
gonna check again now, and then rook back.
Oh, I found it. Oh yeah, that rook back, right? That kind of messes everything up.
Yeah.
Then
I just double rooks back again.
Right.
I think you have to get the king to e1 maybe, and then once you get the king to e1, when they do the check, you can play bishop e2. You know what I mean?
What happens if you do something like bishop e4 and sack the exchange?
Yeah, it should be winning. There should be a lot of ways to win because you have the pawn majority. But you know, if you want to be ambitious, look at this position: king f2, right?
Oh, king f2, king e1, bishop e2.
E2, yeah.
Right, that makes sense. Oh, f5 now. What is he doing?
Spaghettios.
Crawford sees it. Mr. Crawford.
Yeah, but still compared to just rook. You know, young pin and still the same sacrifice is enough, right?
Charles. What grade is Charles in?
Coach, but you know what I expect? I think it was better if you just play the position with the bishop. Oh, this rookie one, come on. Just double the rook. And again, we have the same sort of problem. We have the same problem again.
What's up, guys? Talk to me in the chat. What's going on?
Right? Don't you think? Same idea all the time. Coach,
all right, guys, I have a question. Yes, I'm listening, sir.
Same idea, right?
Yeah, but I wanted to keep the bishop instead of the knight.
No, I'm saying the same idea. Now I go rook check and rook back.
Oh, right. He's back in that bind. Elliot is funny. Guys, I have a question for the chat. I have a question. Who is the best chess player between Magnus and Kasparov? Who do you take?
Coach, you're
Jonathan,
not.
what do you feel about that? You've been around for a long enough time to see both of these players play. What's your take on Magnus versus Kasparov?
My take? Oh, Coach,
yeah,
the way I see it, Coach, I mean, Carlsen still it's going, right? I don't want to like compare them because Carlsen hasn't finished and Kasparov finished. And I feel like my opinion, in my personal opinion, is that Garry Kasparov has been the strongest player ever in history. But Magnus could be pretty close to that. We just have to see how it goes, right? But Gary, he was able not just to fight his own generation. He battled the old one, then he fought his own generation, and then he was able to stay for a longer time up to defending himself against new generations, right? And I think he did pretty good up until 2003, 2004 when he retired. I think he did pretty much actually amazing. I think he was able to take a few strong players at that moment. He was able to take Grishuk at that moment, who was a rising young star, Ponomari. Like he beat them in a few games, right? That was very reasonable. And I'll give the credit to young generations and and then he battled the old one. So yeah. So
So
Magnus
you
right
say,
now,
look, we have
I
Darren on the check-in. Darren says Magnus. I have to agree with Darren. I say Magnus. So actually, I had this conversation the other day with someone else who, we have debates occasionally on sports and chess and stuff. And one of the things they said is Magnus is not as good as Kasparov in matches. And I told them, I said,
no, I
listen,
don't think so.
I
It's
I
actually
feel
he might
like
be stronger than Gary on matches.
I feel like Magnus plays his style because he's a stronger player and he wants to play for wings, right? So Magnus is going to play an unbalanced opening, go into an unbalanced position and try to outplay you. Now, I'm pretty sure if he was in a match against Kasparov, that wouldn't be happening. I think he'll pick his openings very thoughtfully and play them and not just play any opening like he does regularly.
I
So
mean,
I feel like what I've seen Magnus do, um, I don't think there's anyone close to him at all in his era. During Kasparov's era, there were players close to him, but I can't see anybody taking Magnus out right now.
the way I see it, coach, is this. I mean, like I said, my point is that Magnus hasn't finished his career. We need to still, for me to want to make a compare, we need to see him finish his career. But we have to see that Gary Kasparov was over there on top as a world champion for 15 years, right? And then he was for 20 years top number one in the world, right? So that's like something you have to see. And what I'm saying is he went through generations. Now, even Gary himself has said that Magnus' hand, and when you look Magnus' games, it's something that it's if you know a little bit out of chess and you see that when it comes to strength of moves and the way that he manages is something that I never seen. Nobody has ever seen something like that, you know? And I will probably
Kasparov was number
concur
one.
once his career is over. But right now, his career is not over. He needs to prove it for a longer time. And Gary's was able. Like, I want to see now Magnus getting to defeating players like Wei Yi, maybe later on
And
that he's able
Magnus
to take on those
Magnus is
guys
the
who are
best.
younger, right? And he's going
Yeah,
to. I think he's
he's the
stronger, but
best in every time control.
he's the strongest player in any
Very
time control.
consistent.
Yeah, yeah, very
Anytime
consistent.
control. So
Any
he's
time
been
control.
number one since 2010. He's been number one. So he's going on 10 years now.
Yeah.
All right. In those 10 years, he's been world champion for how long?
For ever since 2013, I think it is. So he has been world champion for 7 years. The thing is that,
But you got to remember, a lot of players came during Kasparov's times, like Kramnik,
yeah,
for instance. Kramnik
yeah,
came in at some point and bumped him out of number one.
no. He was Gary. I don't think
Yeah,
Gary was never bumped out of number one.
Yeah, Kramnik
He lost his
bumped him out
title. He
once.
lost his world championship title to Kramnik.
No, I was looking at it earlier. Kramnik bumped him out one time. At some point, he bumped him out of number one. I'll go back to it and check in a minute. I'm just trying to check exactly when. Yeah.
I don't. Okay, check on that one because I'm pretty sure that on rating nobody never took on Gary. No one.
I'll tell you right now what year and what time. Let me see. Pulling up the data.
I'll get back into
So
we have Coach Logan checking on the answers. Let's see what Coach Logan has to say. Darren says Magnus. Coach Logan says the same. It's just hard to compare pre-computer with post-computer. Coach Logan, Gary was more dominant in his era. Who was close to Gary? He wrecked everyone. Short and on. Yeah, I agree with Johnny, that one too. And only Carlos to give him a match when he always came through. Yeah.
In '84, Kasparov took over number one.
Yeah.
He held that up to 96. Kramnik took it. And then 97 on to 2006, it went back to Kasparov. And then it went over to Topalov, Kramnik, Topalov, and then Magnus has held this since 2010.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's very much like when you think about it, ever since 1994 to 1996, that's a period of 12 years, right? Isn't it? Or am I wrong? Yeah, 12 years. And then after that, 10 more years. Yeah. So that is, but
you got to remember in that time, for instance,
Coach
Kramnik was world champion 2000 to 2006. So even though Kasparov was #1 during all those years, Kramnik was world champion.
Yes, no, but Gary has never, even Gary has been over very honest, says I lost my title as a world champion to Vladimir Kramnik. And I recognize myself in my own thinking that Kramnik was the world champion after Gary. I mean, like he was the player who beat Gary in a match. But
Right.
and it's perfect, but he lost his title after 15 years of being world champion, which it's great. I mean, that's just amazing. And he was dominant. Gary Kasper was a monster. You see him play, he was, I'm not saying Magnus is not. I think Magnus is just super strong player.
The thing is that the next closest person to Magnus is Fabiano, clearly for the past what?
Of course, and the truth is unfortunately, my way of thinking, and I have this position not to think that whatever happened on the World Championship, this thing that just happened now recently, so bad that the FIDE make that decision to keep going with the tournament. Thinking I see and believe that Radjabov was he had his his game, he worked for it by winning the World Cup, and then this happened. I don't know what would be my thinking. Was he 100% right? There was a situation where everybody should have been concerned, but also this is the most important tournament of your life. Maybe you should have go over there, but also, could you actually focus and play chess to the top level with the situation that was happening? So this is a big controversy, and I think that everybody's entitled. We all can have different opinions out of it.
Oh, Johnny, you got some weird stuff going
but
on.
I believe Fabiano is. I believe that Fabiano is just. When people ask me who's the only player that I think that can challenge Magnus Carlsen to a match is Fabiano Caruana. I don't think that.
Maybe even Ding. I got to put Ding in there with him. Ding is dangerous.
I mean, yeah, Ding might be a very strong player too. Maybe, but I don't know. I mean, I have to admit, or for what I heard, he has been pretty effective with the whole thing about the pandemic. I mean, when you think about it, that this thing happened. I mean, it was 800 miles from him, but come on, that's considered to be close if you're in a big country. And he kind of expressed himself. He wasn't able to go out, literally not totally prepared, I guess, for whatever was going on for the match. And I think he wasn't able to see his seconds and everything. So there's a lot of things going on. So I would rather be curious about what's going to happen, because now Radjabov is claiming that he wants to go back and jump into the tournament, which is really, let's go back here.
You know who I'm excited to see that's coming up in the chess world, man? How old is he actually? He was born in 2003.
Oh, look what we have, Coach. We'll have now Jed versus Shidin.
That's a good game. Alireza Firouzja. What do you think about Alireza Firouzja?
Yeah, that kid is going to be, that's something. I mean, he's 17 years old or something like that. Wasn't he playing Magnus the other day on League Chess? And
he crushed Magnus on League Chess the other day.
The other day when they played.
He beat him by 20 or 30 games.
He was. They play
It
a
was
lot. They spent like
insane. They played
hours playing
hundreds
it.
of games. I
Yeah.
was watching.
So everybody was like watching it. But of course, I mean, like you can't judge chess because of this. This is just 1 minute chess. It could be that that's not your day. And I think Magnus actually beat him a lot of times. Even Hikaru, who's a monster player. But my
Yeah,
belief is that
Perugia's 17, by the way. You're right.
yeah, but he's a very magnificent player, and he has to try to go and see if he's going to make it up all the way up there. I mean, this is the way we can see things. But it's amazing, these kids these days. It's like once you're like 17, 18 years old, if you're not doing it, it's a little bit. But Virosa, yeah, very strong player, amazing.
Very strong player.
But I
Very
will
strong
have to admit and always remember, Gary Kasparov said he has never seen like I don't know what was his stat like how he said it, but he said like Magnus had a steadier hand that I ever had. And there's a blitz game with a London system that Magnus play against Kramnik on the World Blitz, on the World Blitz Championship in December, right? And I was so impressed to see him beat Kramnik this way. Um, Such a easy type of position, which a player that I highly respect because I think that for me, one of my favorite players ever. I think that the player that has more contribute to chess in the last 20 years was Vladimir Kramnik. What he did before he retired to chess was just different. He changed revolutionized the games a lot.
Right. With his openings, right?
Yes, he made things that I think that as a player, he gave so much to the game that it's just amazing. Just like now, Magnus is also doing it with the fact that he's saying, you know what, I can play anything and it's okay. Let's just play chess. I think that's actually really uh, beautiful gift out of it. Okay, so now bishop h3. This looks like do you know those positions? When I see this position with the black pieces, it reminds me the game from my very good friend, Avon. And Avon, but you remember this coach, you worked with him. Um, and that will the World of You Championship. I always think about this position as a Alvin counter gambit.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Oh
And then remember,
man,
like,
yeah.
yes,
He
every time
was
I see
playing the
this
top
position
kid
with
in
the
his
queen, like,
section.
yes, he had such a. I was so much rooting for him at that moment. And then when I see these positions, they resemble that. And all I always have in my memory is Avon. Every time I see, I think every time I see
He
Albert
didn't push
Hunter
his
Gun.
H pawn, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was a rough one for me, man.
yeah,
I thought we had him there.
yeah. That was
That was the top kid in the world in his section. He had him.
yeah.
He
Now
just
he's like
recaptured
looking.
that pawn instead of continuing his attack.
Yeah. Look at that. And now Jude has become himself an Alvin counter gambit player, which is interesting. That a top player from the league, Alexander Morozevich, one of the most creative players from 10 years ago, and I don't know what's going on. I still think he could be pretty much back, but I think he's. I don't know if he has gave up into chess or something, but such a amazing monster player. Morozevich used to play these positions. I mean, at least he was the player who more likely brought it to daylight. I mean. And now there is this option with the main idea of playing this move. Yep, something that I learned. The problem in this position is it's not just the h2 square, it could be the h1 square.
Right.
Sometimes we believe when you
Black's not developed though.
yeah.
I
But at
like
least
I
yeah.
like I like F takes because it gives white the option of being able to play rookie two at some point to protect his two.
No, but a lot of things are happening. He can just play, E6 is coming in, and E6 special distance 94. Um, I believe
I
that,
like E4. I like E4 here. He has to play aggressive with E4.
yeah, he has to play aggressive, of course, yes. If he's not playing these moves, then
Let's go, chat. Who you guys got? Magnus versus Hikaru. I mean, Magnus versus Kasparov. Who you guys like? Greatest of
yeah.
all time.
Interesting game, this one. This kid, I've been watching him play, and he's very, very strong player, Jonas. I mean, usually I'm not being on the ICN like usually from Brooklyn, but he's ICN Brooklyn. He's a ninja, right? So
He is a
he
ninja.
has, yep, worked
I
with
think
Coach Matthew.
his ninja card is expiring soon. But once a ninja, always a ninja. I believe
Yeah.
he's in fifth grade. He's going to be graduating. I think.
So you have to do some refresh your membership.
Well, he can't. He can't. This is it. He's done. He can't. He cannot get a membership back until 139 anymore after he graduates. But like I said, I always welcome. We always welcome my students back to Chelsea Prep after they graduate. They can come to club anytime they want.
Oh,
so,
yeah, of course. You have players that come to Chelsea Prep all the time. Leo, right? Shumi has been over there. I don't know if I have. Did I saw Jonathan or Will? Sometimes, yeah, they can come. I mean, like for example, PS59. There's very strong players like Kyle and Caleb, right? They always come back.
Caleb.
Yeah. So far, yeah. So now this knight G4. I'm still thinking like I told tickets. I understand you do have a tag and everything, but I am so much a fan of bringing pieces into the game. Okay, so we have now this rookie two move, and so then I'm wondering. Yeah, I think that black is gonna be okay from now on here. So yeah, this should be a problem for white. Well, it seems like good games and stuff.
I figured this was his idea to play rookie two. All right, let's see what else we have. Let's see. Why did my what just happened to my YouTube? This is not where I was at. There we go. So he took on E4. I imagine, I don't know, maybe pawn D5 now.
Then
But I don't think this
95,
works.
95.
Yeah, after 95, you can't take on E4 because knight F3's coming.
Yeah, and we also have E6 ideas. Bringing the bishop to C5 sometimes.
Yeah, I think black's looking nice here.
Yeah. I mean, like very normal moves should be doing it. We go back and see a little bit what happened with the game between Shadin. Yeah. It's a cool thing to see how, well, look at this. This is actually a, the way shooting has managed his position is improve. And yeah, I mean, definitely Black is just probably winning this end game because of the pawns. But good job. Good work. Good game. Let's see how everything.
This is exactly what I imagined. E4 knight of 3. All right.
Hmm, let's see.
What round is it?
Boys and
Is it
Darren.
round
Boys and Darren.
round
This
3?
this game looks interesting too. I mean, it seems like doubling the rooks. Mr. Louis has a great position with amazing attacking chances from here.
Right. I'm looking at snapping on G6 really soon. My patience is running out, man. I
just
want
like just
G6.
you want to see it. How do you like your steak, sir?
Well, medium well.
Medium well. It is coming. 96.
Something is coming here. Let's see. How can he prepare better? Like, I don't see a way to protect it any longer unless black plays rook c7 here. You can even play rook f1 and it just looks even more dangerous because after swapping a pair of rooks and then the bishop ends up on g6, rook f7 comes in.
When
Oh
the
my
queen was
god.
on d2, coach, I think when the queen on d2, knight takes g6 was actually a possibility. It was actually possible, I think. Or even bishop g6, pawn takes, and then be able to play h7, and then rook h1. And there's always an x-ray with the queen to go to h6. You know?
Right.
Yeah. That's the thing. Chess Online has become such a boost that I could literally agree to be way, 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 way strong. So popular. A lot of players in. We can see, I even had one of like all the platforms for chess are being totally overloaded. You see, even sometimes they give a little bit of an error or something because pages are crashing of such a so
All right, so knight b6. So that knight b6 is basically equivalent to rook c7 with the same idea that the rook can come up and guard in one move. So what happens next? So he took.
yeah, this knight
You know,
b6 just gets the pieces out of the king side. So yeah.
I think he should have took with the bishop with the knight because that bishop is just so strong on that diagonal. I mean, I see Yeah, I'd rather have the bishop on G6 right now instead of the knight. Because what happens now? Rook takes rook. He has to play king takes rook.
But you know what? I think H7 was a stronger move. He didn't play it.
You see, if there was a bishop on G6, this move wouldn't be possible. Only Queen F8 would be possible. But even here, what's going on here?
Yeah,
Rook
this
H1
is
coming.
Yeah, no, this is just winning power.
Rook H1, and then what?
There are a
Can
bunch
black
of
do?
strong moves. Rook H1, Rook F1, they will just like probably win it. I mean, the bishop on B7 is totally out of play. It's doing nothing.
So is
right?
the knight.
So,
The knight's. I mean, the queen side of the board's irrelevant at this moment. So the
yeah.
bishop and knight are basically out of the game.
Yep. Something definitely must be going on here, for sure.
Okay. What's going on, guys? Who's in the chat with us? Who's here with us? Talk to me in the chat. So Queen H7 and G5 is played. I think White has to play Rook H1. But Rook H1, I would play Rook H1 and somehow get my queen on the F file with it, but kind of maybe behind it better. So Black's going for counterplay. Darren doesn't care. Darren's fighting back. He said, "I'm not gonna defend myself. I'm gonna
But I
fight
could
you
just play
right back."
Rook F1, right? And then that just stops the counterplay.
Well, Darren's trying to take on C3. And if he can take twice on C3, the knight will hang. But
no, Rook F1, yeah. So I can stop him from doing that, and I improve my Rook, ready for the attack.
No, but if Rook F1, he'll play Rook C3.
No, but checkmate on F8, right?
All right, so then maybe knight C3.
I'll sacrifice my queen.
You sacrifice your queen and sacrifice the knight.
Then you take the G6. Yeah,
no, take the rook. No,
yeah.
Rook F1 looks good. I must agree with you.
Yeah, but knight C3, coach.
Ooh, Coach Nash is in the building.
My man, we have this. Anyway, very interesting, I guess. Amazing game. Coach, I don't know, but this will be our last game actually from the round, and we have Jack first place and Jude with 4 out of 4. And then we have like Shadeen, Elliot, yep, with 3 out of 4. So yes.
Queen F2, Queen F2. Queen F2, no, Queen F2 doesn't work. It hangs a knight. How do we win this game? Did he have knight 97 there? 97 check. Was that a good tactic? Go back.
I was thinking about
check.
it. Yeah, 97 I thought about it, but I just take, right?
Oh, yeah, because the rook protects the queen.
Yeah. Oh, this is just But I'm thinking here, what? Queen F2 takes on G6,
No,
you can't, right?
I like Rook F3.
Rook F6 is
protects
the most
knight.
natural.
I mean, Rook
Yeah.
F6, yeah. Protects the
And now
knight.
I'm getting ready.
Queen F2.
Yeah, I'm just getting ready for Queen F2, and then guess what?
Shake hand.
Situation will be happening here. So
A virtual shake hand.
Yeah, Rook F6 is this. And oh, look at this Queen
I'll put it
C7.
in, wait.
Yeah, but
So he wants to trade queens. H7 check.
Queen takes.
Oh, then you have Queen H1 check coming back at me.
Yeah. So
Because
no,
I'm thinking H7
King
check,
D2.
Queen takes, and then Queen F2.
King D2. Slow move.
No. It has to be. Hold up. H7 check, Queen takes, and then Queen F2.
Oh, but Knight E7 now, and then Queen G6, and then King H8, and then Knight E7 wins.
And then Queen F7. Rook F7, I mean Rook F7.
Yeah, well, because Rook F7. Yeah, Knight E7.
So Knight
Queen
E7,
takes, Queen
Knight
G6.
E7, right.
Yeah, Knight E7 wins.
Big difference than before.
Yeah, than before.
Because before
it's a lot. Trading
no
queens.
queen trade.
Yeah. Knight E7, Queen takes, Rook, Queen G6, and King must move. And we get that Rook F7 move in, and Rook G8, and well, sacrifice, and then Rook E7. Then I'm probably going to go to pawns. Takes on C3, G6. Great checkmate threat. Yep. Yeah, Knight E7 is. Oh, yeah, now this falls for this Queen G6. Oh, but what about Rook G7, coach? Oh, yeah, still winning. This is what I saw. Okay, so coach, more than happy to be here and to have the chance to read the comments. I guess that we're going forward to see how the kids were doing. I think the games were very well played. And I think we had a tie between Jed and Jude. That's going to be the next game. More than happy to have the chance and the opportunity to go over this. And yeah, I guess we'll come back this afternoon with way much more stronger players with when it comes for it. So I don't know if you're up for it. I'll see you soon for the slow game this afternoon. I'm gonna try to make a great comment. So I think slower games are getting so serious too, but we definitely have to admit that there was such a strong players right now over here in today. So, Coach Angel, I am going to let you go, and we're going to let go. We're going to come back in the afternoon for more broadcasting out of the games. I hope you guys like and enjoy the comments out of the games, and we're able to learn something during today. Coach.
Totally agree. So I'll see you at 4 o'clock, right?
Yeah. See you around.
All right, guys, we'll be back at 4. Come back on at 4 p.m. Please come join us.
Okay. See you around.
All right.